someone sent me Buzz Rossfield's number. Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Day Sports. Not an overly heap, I suppose, not a heap to talk about. I feel like I've been so busy, did not watch as much footy as I'd like to have over the weekend. Had some lads over for a poker night Friday, into a friend's going away Saturday, so my attention was elsewhere for a bit of it. Kind of a shell of a human being come Sunday, and haven't really been on my phone a lot to keep up with all the news and this, that and everything else, but I'll have a bit of a recap, a little bit of news which is going on, and tips and predictions for round 4, which feels weird to be saying already, but might as well jump into it. I'll timestamp it all, so yeah, get around whatever you'd like. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Brisbane Broncos at the moment. There seems to just be a shit ton of media attention around them. I wasn't really on my phone a whole lot today, and by the time I was, there's these reports coming out of Ben Teo leaving the club. The Broncos have put out an official statement. Looks like he's basically gone. They might try to keep him, don't know, but it seems very much like his bags might be packed at this point. It's like, what the hell is actually happening? Like, we literally just won a grand final. The media wants the coach gone. Gordy Tallis is taking pot shots, and now our defensive coach has gone, yes, see you later, or at least seemingly like that. So it's really bizarre stuff. Supposedly there were reports that Teo and Madge had a bit of a verbal altercation before the Melbourne game, which they went on to win anyway, but I suppose we're probably never really going to know unless somebody comes out and says something. I haven't actually read the Broncos' official statement, but I doubt that's really going to allude to too much at all. But bit of an odd situation going on. You got room names being changed, media's been up Gordy Tallis v Broncos, you got Gordy v Reno, you've had players v Gordy, like it's all over the joint. It really is. And then I think even players versus fans almost, like some of the stuff going out on social media, just like it's a steaming hot mess. Not really, but I think there's been a lot of pressure probably over the last couple of weeks, whether it be from media, fans, or like whatever it is. And pretty much what I've been saying, it's like woo up. Like, it's so early on in the game. We just went out there and beat Storm, which everyone's like fucking given gluck to because they went out there and beat 2 teams in a row. Got the damn thing done in the grand final rematch in a game that counts, mind you. Some can, some can't. The Storm just can't. So that kind of, I feel like that crosses out, all the shit talk that's been happening for the last 2 weeks. Yes, we lost to the Eels. Yes, we lost to the Penrith Panthers, but went out there and gave it to the Storm down in Melbourne, which hasn't been done. Apparently, Madge has never been them down there, like whatever. So that's good signs if you ask me, but this other stuff coming out, you're like, oh, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we hear any more news about it. I dare say it's not going to be the last time that the media is going to be blowing up about it. Might have Gordon there really licking his lips going, oh, have I got some more ammo to be spitting Madge in the Broncos way? So yeah, I guess we'll see. And yeah, I don't want to speculate too much, I suppose, what's going on there at Red Hill, but yeah, might find out more eventually. I'm keen to see what, some of the other people in the media or that know a bit about the club, particularly not Gordy, Kevy on his podcast. I think he's going to be interesting. I'm sure Dobbo is going to be up in arms about it. So yeah, guess we'll see what happens. All right, we'll get into a short and sweet recap. Again, I didn't really get to watch these games, with a whole heap of detail. Not that we're here for the X's and O's anyways, but Doggies, they beat the Raiders. So that was something there on Thursday night. Can't say it was the most thrilling game to watch of all time either. Absolutely pissing down. If there's one takeaway from it, it's the Doggies have gotten over their fear of the rain, so that's really, really positive for them. They've moved on from previous seasons where it's basically been a bit of a tell where if she's raining, the Doggies are definitely not going to be getting it done, but they managed to just hold on. The Colonel himself, old Sanders, he comes so close. Like, I was going for Raiders in this one. He comes so close. I thought he was going to get over. Connor Tracy comes out of nowhere and just cuts him down. You're like, that could have been an absolute disaster. And I think it was Sanders, like, putting the team on his back. I think he missed the kick to equal it up and go into Golden Point, which would have been insane, like, multiple Golden Point games in his first few games as halfback. But, it wasn't to be. Ricky blows up about the stadium, and Serraldo manages to just about chop his hand off or whatever happened to him. Now, the story is he was trying to open the window or whatever. I don't know if I buy it. Maybe that's exactly what happened. Maybe there's video of it. I'm not too sure. I haven't looked into it. But I'm like, I suppose where his cuts on his hand does kind of make sense. But I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure you weren't having like a blow up? You've like hit your hand down or something like that after your team nearly let in absolute depths of the game. A little bit hard to say. But yeah, Doggies get it done. neither team I feel like has been like overly convincing. And I swear the Raiders players were just like trying to annihilate Doggies players. Like some of the shots that I put on, I think Big Papa and Horsburgh, I think was it on Sam Hughes? Whoever it was on just folded them. I think that's why Big Papa's out this week. Probably got done for a game. But yeah, there was some big clashes in this one. And the Panthers, they drowned the Chooks as expected. Didn't really think it was going to go this far into it, but yeah, they just went out there and slowly started to stack the points on, and then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, oh, it's 40 something to like 4-8 or however many the Chooks managed to score. I think it was only the one try by Rob Toyer. Maybe there was another one. Kind of had this on the background, but you just started to see just like try, thanks for coming. I swear there was nobody even marking old Jenkins out there. Like literally, was there a winger actually on his side of the field? Hard to tell because the man went and scored 4 tries. But that was eclipsed a little bit by Brian To'o going and scoring a contender for try of the season already. So round 3, he's gone out and he's done the Alfie Langer almost chip for himself again and score the damn thing. So I was like doing a bit of house chores before the boys came over, and I could just hear the commentators fucking going off, and I was like, holy shit, I must have just missed an insane try. Run into the lounge room, sure enough, seen Toto kick for himself, regain, kick again. You're just like, bravo sir, that is a brilliant try. But yeah, pretty much as to be expected in this game. And this was where the real magic happened, the grand final rematch. You know what I just realised as well? I forgot a little good luck charm. Give me 2 seconds. That looks a lot better. I got that express posted here, wore that for the Broncos game, and yeah, she was a damn good luck thing, and it went on to be a good luck thing for the entire weekend actually. Managed to find money on the pub floor, turn that money into a lot more money on the pokies. It was just a great time, but I put it all down to the jersey because the Brisbane Broncos went out there in that beautiful 06 kit and got the damn thing done against the Storm in the 20th anniversary rematch, but also the grand final rematch from last year. It looked exceptional. As much as I don't mind the blue away kit, that should be our away kit for sure. But Storm, I swear, just have PTSD. Went out there, got the lead, and we ran them down just like the grand final, just like the last couple times, I suppose. 3 on the trot, mind you, against the Storm. There's not many teams that can say that. So Broncos are officially Storm slayers at this point. Yeah, just went on and did the damn thing. Can't say that Jordan Ricky scoring a doubles on my bingo card, so congrats to him. We definitely needed that performance out of him for sure. Stags getting over, great stuff. I just love Reece Walsh getting around the ball a lot more. Like Ben Hunt, just, I don't know, something about his tempo with the team, the way that it gels with Walsh. It's just like you're taking one of those cooks out of the kitchen, and as much as I love Reno, it's just like, I don't know, I feel like there's been something ever since you've had both of them in the team, and it might not even directly be, related to either of them. I guess there's just so many people wanting a little bit of that pie where, there's not enough to go around. So you take one of them out, sure enough, everyone can kind of get around it, whether that's, your Ezra, your Walsh, Pakes there in 9, like whatever it might be. You're kind of just removing that confusion a little bit, I feel. But I don't know shit. Yeah, with the Storm, some can, some can't. The Storm clearly cannot. Stefano 0-2 for chatting shit. I feel like he's definitely not going to be doing that. I'll be baffled. I think we always generally play, round 27 usually play a Storm. So if he somehow comes out chatting absolute smack again before that game, I'll be baffled. No matter where things are by the end of the season at the table, I feel like Craig Bellamy is going to be like, now Stefano, no fucking fighting, no fighting is basically what Stefano might be getting in, because it just seems to just rev the Broncos up in the right way and we just do the damn thing. But no, it feels very good beating the Storm, particularly first win of the season. Bit of carry on after that because, it proves a lot of doubters wrong. The amount of shit I was copping online being like, oh, Broncos are going to get fucking flogged and all this type of shit. And I was like, suck it, son, suck it. The Warriors, they pumped a depleted Knights. Didn't really get to watch this one, but, what can you expect with pretty much their entire attack, or a large part of their attack being away? Like, it is what it is. But the Warriors footy, they are playing some good footy indeed, and particularly getting some firepower back this week. But yeah, Wild's got it done. What else was going on? Phins, they pumped the Sharks. Absolute disgraceful, absolutely disgusting. Will never be tipping the Sharks ever again. The one time I get on them, the one time where I'm like, you know what? They're at home. They should get this done. Dolphins have looked a bit rusty. They get thumped. So they're in my bad books again. Blacklisted. Don't want to borrow them. Literally, they could play the Gold Coast Titans next week, and I'm going to be picking the Titans again because it's just, I hate to see it. Isaiah Katoa went out there and threw one of the most beautiful cutout passes of all time to Azarko, I believe it was. Just zinged it. Like, you saw the opportunity for it. The man went and did the damn thing, which was just super impressive. Like, awesome stuff from the young fella. So, yeah, that was an insane try. What else? Rabbitohs scrape one over the Tigers. Yeah, I suppose they lost both of their halves in the game, which probably didn't help them a whole lot, and they still just got over the line. So it's hard really to judge, I feel like, where either of those teams are at the moment. Like, I don't have a solid read where I'm like, yeah, they're either really good. I feel like both of those teams are probably middle of the pack, if not just outside of the 8, is probably where I'm assuming those teams are landing at the moment. Again, super early in the season, so a little bit hard to say. Eels beat the Dragons in the Gutho Bowl. That was a bit of a disappointing watch. The whole Sunday was a bit of a disaster, not going to lie. I had the Dragons in this one, and so very disappointing. Good for Eels fans. They were due for another good performance. 2 on the trot too, so that's very good from them. And then Cows beating the Titans. It was that far north of the wall up north there, so yeah, it was pretty much due in that case. I think Titans may have tricked me for about the 17th year in a row where I'm like, nah, they're going to do well this year. They're going to do well. Did well in trials, and it's just not coming together yet. I suppose it's a bit of a rebuild. There are some shining lights in there. However it's pronounced. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Like, I feel like he's been going really, really well. They got a lot going on with their forward rotation, though. It's hard to keep up. JC being back's a nice little shining light. I think poor Keanu Keeney got knocked over that many times when the Cowboys were scoring tries. You're like, bro was putting his body on the line, but yeah, not much you could do there. But that was pretty much round 3. So I went 6 for 8. So not the worst thing in the world. But we might as well just jump into round 4. Now, I might be cruising through these a little bit. My phone only has X amount of minutes left to record on it before it's going to run out. I really need to get rid of a heap of files, but there's so much shit on there I can only delete so much before I record. But yeah, round 4, tips and predictions. Let's get into that. Thursday night, Manly versus the Roosters. I'm going Roosters 1-12 in this one. I'm not overly convinced on them. I mostly just want them, have been dog shit so far this season. Couldn't organise a route in the brothel type of stuff. So I've no faith in them at all, but I'm not overly convinced on the Roosters either. This is at 4 Pines, but I feel like the forwards for the Roosters are going to be able to bully them a little bit, run over them, do what they want. Massive matchup though. They got the DC, the Long Neck Bowl, which is going to be a great one to see as well. His first game against his old club, so dare say they're going to be putting a bit of pressure on him, applying the blowtorch as the Storm would like to put it. So that's going to be interesting. What else is doing in this one? The main reason I'm going for the Roosters, and I also want to see Manly lose, though, is I want to see Tom and Eddie from Hello Sport absolutely implode, have one of the best rants, tantrums, however you want to put it, which they've promised is going to happen if they lose. So I don't want to be robbed of that. It's going to be fucking hilarious if we do get to see that. So that is what I'm hoping for on Thursday night in this game, and I reckon old Gussie Crichton's a good shot to get over. All right, let's go through to Friday night. We're going over the Dutch. We're going over to see Warriors versus the Tigers. I'm going Waz 13 plus in this. I thought it was Luai and Dewey that's out, but Dewey, he's back. It's Luai that's out for a little bit of time. Jockey Madden's coming in instead, I believe. Massive one on this. I don't know if he was back last week. I don't think he was, but Mitchie Barnett, he's been named in the reserves, on the bench, sorry, which is pretty crazy. Like, the way Jackson Ford's going, and then you got big bloody Fisher Harris doesn't just jump straight back into that spot at the moment, which is pretty crazy. Obviously, they probably want to slowly build him back in with the ACL, but a huge one and coming back, I suppose, from an ACL as well with Lukey Metcalf, bro. Luka Metcalfu coming back in, so he's going in the 6th there the way Tanner Boyd's been playing. This is going to be insane. I've always probably rated him more as a 6 anyway. Safe to say I'm no fucking coach, but the boy can run, depending on how that knee's going, but considering he's getting chucked back in, he must be ready to hum and fuck. So very keen to see how he's going to go. He's really going to boost their attack for sure. Leka Halasima, he's just been destroying people. He's in the starting team. I'm going to go with him to score for sure. And yeah, back over there in New Zealand, no doubt it's going to be sold out. Probably starting to get a little bit chilly. You never know, might get a little bit of rain. The Warriors are just going to be hard to stop. And there's a handful of teams, the Warriors being one of them, Doggies, Tigers, we just love to see them doing well. So, yeah, love it. And it's great for the game of rugby league over there in New Zealand. But, yeah, up the Waz. Broncos versus Dolphins. I'm a little bit cut on this one. I don't get to even watch it live. Well, I don't get to go to the game, and I probably won't even get to watch all this on TV or only a small bit of it because I'm going out to a gig. But obviously, going Broncos 13 plus in this. A little bit of battle of Brisbane versus Redcliffe. We got some players out. We got some players back. No Payne Haas, which is a huge one in there. Big X stepping up in that. So I feel like he's going to be sweet. We get Reno back in as well, which, some fans are going to be like, nah, better off without him. Look, if you can have a team with Reno in there and Ben Hunt and every other man and his dog, then let's go with it. Their forwards, I feel like, are going to be a bit of an interesting clash in this one. Selwyn Cobbo coming up against his old team. Maybe he'll have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, something to prove. Be interesting to see Tommy Flegler run out there. I'm trying to think now. Surely he's played them previously with the Dolphins, but he was out for so long. It's almost hard to remember who's played where. And be interesting to see how that battle goes. But I dare say Paddy Carrigan will step up big time with Payne Haas not being there, so I can see him playing huge minutes. Ben Telty's on the bench too, which I absolutely love. Shibasaki's still on the bench too. Grant Anderson's taken that spot. Dino's moved in and pretty much just snatched that up. And I feel like unless someone else gets injured or something bad happens, like Sheba's, I feel like going to have to really push to get back into that spot, which sucks because I love Sheba. The goatee power goes a long way. And I feel like Staggs is just going to be running over people left, right, and centre. So I'm going to go with him to score any time. Next game, Doggies versus the Knights. I'm going to go Dogs 1-12 in this one. I feel like it is going to be close and more of a coin flip than people might think. Dogs being at home definitely leans a lot more their way. Knights supposedly get Fletcher Sharp back, which I think is really good for their attack. He's so dangerous. I can't imagine this being like a super high scoring game. So we will see. Without Ponga, I feel like it's still a bit of a blow to their attack. Like, you still got Sandon Smith there in the halves, which I think is great. Like, that's good. They've still got some really good outside backs there. But yeah, the Doggies, they'll go on and get the thing done. I think they'll be okay. They should be fine. And I'm going to go with, who am I going to go with? I'm going to go with Jacob Preston to score any time in this one as well. Penrith Panthers versus the Eels. We've got a battle of the West out there. I'm going to go with Panthers 13 plus. Now, I'm a little bit iffy on the 13 plus. The Eels, generally, they really like to turn up for this Battle of the West big time. So I think it's going to be quite a good game to watch, but Penrith just look untouchable. I know it's only like 3-4 rounds in at this stage, but they look so on at this point that I feel like they're just going to drown the Eels. Probably not even possible to drown an Eel, but that's, I think, exactly what we're going to see. So I'm going with that 13 plus. Like, Jenkins has just been untouchable. They just look like the well-oiled machine of, a couple years ago. Not like they haven't been playing bad last year or anything like that, but they just look so on at this point. I feel like it's a big step up and a challenge for the Eels as well after playing the Dragons. It's like, yeah, there's levels to this shit, and it could be a pretty rough night, I think, potentially for the Eels there. So, again, yeah, Penrith 13 plus and Jenkins, who, hopefully he's marked this time. Not too sure if the Eels want to invest in a winger to mark up against him, maybe try to stop him scoring, but it seems pretty much inevitable at this time that Jenkins is going to be getting over, so I'm going to be going with him. We move on to Cowboys versus Storm. Have I still got time on the card? Yes, we do. Cowboys versus Storm. This is going to be rough. I feel like this is going to be brutal. Some sacrifice is going to be made to the NRL gods. I'm going Storm 13 plus. Now, it is far north of the wall. It is a long way from Melbourne. But after getting beaten by the Broncos in the fashion that they did last week, I would not be surprised if Bellyache made them walk there. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be really, really rough. Cowboys, they're coming off a win. Maybe they've got a little bit of confidence. But Todd Payton would be praying that 50 doesn't get put on them because I feel like it is going to be one of those games. It's just not going to be great. Say some prayers for the Cowboys and their fans, honestly. I think I might need to start making memes now because, yeah, I think we're going to be in for it. Joe Chan, the way that he's been playing off Jerome Hughes has been ridiculous. I could definitely see him scoring. I'm going to be captaining Sua Fa'alongo for my super coach, though, because I can see him scoring 2, 3, 4 maybe tries because he's been on fire to start this season, so I'm going to be backing him to get over any time. Suppose we move on to then Sunday. We got Milk versus the Sharks. I'm going with the Milk 1-12. No matter who the Sharks played this week, I was going to be going against them. I've been cut. I've been hurt. I've been let down. So yeah, Sticky's milk it is. Again at home. I think they've been like somewhat unlucky to not come away with a win. I don't think they've won it all so far this season, have they? Maybe. Anyway, regardless, I'm going to go with them. They are missing some forwards, which I don't love, but I think the Sharks are a little bit as well. So I can see a bit of a redemption arc going down there in the capital. They'll be looking to check in, get on the scoreboards, get things done, and they've got the attack to do it. It'll be interesting, but at the same time, they could literally be wooden spooners, and I'd be picking them over the Sharks. That's how the world works. I've been burnt. It is what it is, and I'm going to be going with the Colonel himself to score with Ethan Sanders to get over. I've been quite impressed with how he's been travelling so far as a half, as a player, as a man, as a Canberrian. However you want to put it. So it's also great for Supercoach and fantasy. So that's going to be my pick there. And last but not least, this game's a rough one to even think about. Titans versus the Dragons. I'm going to go with the Titans 1-12. I've probably been hoodwinked here. I think I might have actually lost the plot picking the Titans because I just keep picking them. The same shit just keeps happening. But they're due, I suppose. They're due. If they're going to get it done, it's going to be in the Gold Coast. The mayor of the GC, Tino, is going to step up, get the boys over the line. This one I feel like it's just going to be a rough fucking watch regardless, especially if there's a last game on Sunday afternoon. That might be mow the lawn time, go down and do the groceries, whatever you need to do. Yeah, I don't know. Flip a coin on this one. I've got to back my Queensland team. I've got to back them at home, and I'm going to go with Big Bo for more. For more, however you want to say it, to get over and score because the man does love a meat pie. But yeah, that's pretty much me for round 4. Me for this video. It's a little bit short and sweet, like I said. Not a whole lot doing on. I've also changed work, so I'm kind of getting into the groove with everything going on there. I'm tired as shit. But yeah, that's me for this week, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow on all the socials. Appreciate the support, and catch you next week.